Peace, 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 world. What is going on? Yeah, man. Happy Friday. It's technically Saturday here in Japan, but yeah, man. In the place live with my homie Marcus D. Hope y'all are doing well, man. Happy Friday to everybody. Shout out to the chat. We got Joshua McGee in the building. Got the homie Paul in the building. If it seems like I'm distracted, it's because I'm doing the usual social media blitz as well. Peace to Warpath in the house. We got Uncrowned Otaku in the place. Croissantly, welcome. Ousted. You know what I mean? And yes, it is Bandcamp Friday. This is where I would normally hit the applause button, but you know, we just got.
I got an applause button actually.
Oh, it's not hooked up, but you know, we can dream. Right. Let's see. Gonna be in Japan in January. Dope.
Nice.
Dope. All right. For how long? Ousted. All right. Wow, close to a month. That's dope. That's dope. Enjoy yourself.
That's the best way to do it.
100%.
2 weeks is way too short.
Yeah.
Most people do 2 weeks, and they're like, "Oh man, I should stay for a month."
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, true. You're saying he possibly can catch that tribute show. Yeah. Tommy Hackett, what up? Peace be the mission always. Absolutely, Stratus. All right. Frank Goita, peace. What's going on, family? Happy Mochi, what up, sis? All right, that's sister who did the Chibi stickers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, man. Been singing your praises. A fan was just talking about how dope it was a few minutes ago. Well, not a few minutes ago, a couple hours ago. Good morning, all. Yes, indeed. How are you guys doing? We are great. Thank you for asking. Luis, what's up, man? Mexico in the building. You know. Okay. Went live on Twitter. I forgot to tag Bob Alloy, but it's all good. Trying to think if I forgot anything. I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and try and get it in a second. I'm about to do the joint, so you might need to be closer. We'll see how this goes. We're gonna add this in and say a prayer.
I have a slouching problem.
Boom. Yep. Cut my face off. Hold up. See if I can take care of that real quick. There you go. Can I live? Okay. All right. So yeah, man. First and foremost, welcome to the show. Again, my name is Substantial. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do that. Be sure to hit that like button. If you're watching the playback later, drop a comment, ask a question in the comments. We appreciate it. But yeah, man, definitely heads up. Today's Bandcamp Friday. Links are in the description of this video for mine, Marcus D's, and Bob Alloy's. And Marcus D has a special announcement about his.
True. So I didn't do like a traditional Black Friday sale, which I normally do. People wonder why, and I realized that the next week was going to be Bandcamp Friday. So I was like, I'd rather, give people 50% off when I'm not going to take a hit from, PayPal and Bandcamp and all that. So if you buy today, everything's 50% off. Next 24 hours, probably the next 18 hours. The code is BF24. It's BF24 at checkout. And literally, like everything, vinyl, test pressings, every single thing, full discography on the site is 50% off with that code. So, yeah, I don't do that ever, except once a year. And the new vinyl just came out, The Keeper, new album, Bob Alloy instrumental vinyl, like Earth Angel LP, like everything.
You got a copy
everything.
Of it, right?
Yeah, I got it right here. So
we're going to grab it from the stash. We're going to show you this goodness. You know what I'm saying? We're going to show you how sexy this record is, you know?
Right here. So this is the new...
That's the Keeper joint.
The new album.
It's a keeper.
I'm going to pull it out real quick.
The Keeper is a keeper.
But
the weather is treating us well out here. It's been in the 60s most of the week.
Really,
it's till today,
really
I think it was the 50s, right? High 50s.
Yeah, it's been really nice. So we got...
Oh, that's sexy.
We got the Splatter, the Duality vinyl. We got the caramel, orange caramel, and then we got the blue transparent with black like smoke, right? Marble. Actually, it's not marble, it's smoke. So yeah, we got 3 different variants, and then the Bob Alloy vinyl has 2 different jacket variants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from the original cover that Shuhei Matsuyama did.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different version. It's green and red, and then it's blue and red and brown.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's 2 different disc variants too. People don't do jacket variants.
Right.
It costs way too much. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So this time we did jacket variant and then disc variant too. So all the discs are different, all the jackets are variant. But this is a new album. Substantial's on there. Super dope track called Room to Heal.
You saw the lyric breakdown not too long ago. You also saw the the lyric breakdown video. Oh, and we listened to the track live too. Right. So yeah, man.
And then today the official lyric video came out today featuring Novelist. Shout out to Novelist. And the instrumental came out on all digital streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So if you prefer to listen to instrumental music, that's up for you too.
Yeah.
Everything, everywhere, all the time.
All at once.
All at once. 50% off today, so BF24.
Yeah, man. Yeah, go do that. I wish I had news for you to say that there's a special on my site too. There isn't. I'm sorry. But if there is something you haven't got and you want to do that, you should do that. Part of the reason why there's no special is probably going to happen on my Bandcamp for a while is because for my business, I sometimes take out loans via PayPal and stuff. And so if I give y'all a super deep discount, the money I would make, right, which helps pay off the loan, it literally it'll be like I'm giving the stuff away for free. You know what I mean? So I gotta be selective about where I do the sales. So I will likely be doing a discount thing coming up though for our main website and stuff where you get merch. So look out for that. We'll be doing that either before the holidays. I know it's a little late for some holiday shopping, but yeah, we're gonna figure it out. I will keep y'all posted for sure. Hold on one second. I'm about to add. I want to make sure I add this video. I want to add the fundraiser to the video because I forgot to do it before we went live. So we're going to do that. Should be added to it now. So do me a favor, everyone watching right now, if you don't mind, just hit the refresh button on the video wherever you're watching. I know it's easier for web browsers, but go ahead and hit that refresh button, and at the bottom you should see a fundraiser for Words, Beats, and Life. So if y'all are looking at all the cool vinyl and stuff that we have already, it's like, man, I got all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all late to the party. I already got it, cuz. If that is the case, and you want to go ahead and donate to Words, Beats, and Life, the organization where my position is deputy director, you can do that. As little as $5, maybe even less than that. But if you want to contribute to the organization and the great work that we do in the DMV and abroad, please do so. Consider doing that. But yeah, let's keep it pushing. Get to these comments. Happy Mochi pointed out, it's Bandcamp Friday, which means Bandcamp is giving 100% of earnings to the artist. Great time to support Substantial, Marcus D, Bob Alloy, and all of our amazing friends. Stephanie Gale, the homie AJ Rios, who dropped something today, including one of the Your Man Though variants, the one that we ended up not going with, is actually exclusively available today on Bandcamp. I might just play that. I like the version, the final version. I like it a lot better. He knows that. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean the one that he just put up isn't fire. It's definitely fire. But yeah, the best version is For Adults 2.0. So yeah, definitely support AJ, Malcolm Jackson as well. Oh man, who else? The homies Chef's Kitchen. They got a Bandcamp too. For those who don't know who Chef's Kitchen is, that's Sherm the Barber's brothers. They're a producer and MC team and stuff. Really, really dope. Curse free, conscious hip hop, soulful. You know what I mean? Whole lot of God in their bars. So yeah, Nitsua. Yeah, man. We were just kicking it with him.
He just dropped the album.
Just dropped the album. Yep, Nitsua. Who else, man? Let's keep dropping homies' names. Shout out to the other guys. Like lots of great music. That project they did with Sky Zoo is amazing. But yeah, man, there's so much dope indie hip hop out here for y'all to support. Please consider doing that. Shout out to the homie Early Bird. Early's in here right now. That's my brother from another mother. Be sure to support him as well. All right. When does the album release? I like that. He's like, man, what y'all talking about? When's the album dropping? What up, Dukes? Yeah, remember? Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, man. Well, hopefully, not only after this album drops, hopefully we get to link back up with you and your brother, man, out in London. It'd be dope to see y'all again. But yeah, man. So we're gonna get into the Bob Alloy stuff in a second, but let's just say, hopefully, God willing, it'll be out in spring of next year. You know what I mean? Like we're more than. I want to say we're about halfway or more than halfway.
More than halfway.
Yeah. So we're there. We're knocking stuff out. Oh yeah. Thank you for pointing out somebody else. You know I got you early. DL, Funky DL. That's our brother from another mother. Be sure to support his stuff too, man. Yo, so many dope folks. You know. Let's see. Hello everyone. Managed to catch y'all live. My man Last King Saints. Bow. That is for you. All right. Also, yes. Ana Kaona, Rocio Milagro, support her joint. Also support Uyama's Bandcamp. Yeah, man, I love the fact that y'all throwing them out there because you know I'm a man of a certain age and Marcus is trying to catch up. So definitely, thank you for helping with the reminders. We appreciate it.
Trying,
right. The invite is always there for y'all when you reach London. My brother, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Yo, big up Stan and Marcus D, legends of the game. We appreciate you. Hey, anybody new that's watching right now, be sure to subscribe. Please subscribe, hit the like, turn on your notifications, all that. I'm making sure I'm reposting this stuff. I'm not being rude. I just realized I didn't do something in IG, so I'm fixing that right now. But there was other news I had for y'all. Let me switch this as that is switching. Such great music coming out. Gotta get it all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pop Alloy. Right.
Oh, shit. Didn't get the memo.
Right. Oh. Remix. Okay, let's do that. Boom. All right. Let's keep it pushing. So many things. Let's take that off the screen. Keep it pushing. Oh, by the way, quick reminder. Hey, maybe you're like, I can't support Bandcamp right now. Maybe you're like, hey, you know, these Words Beats of Life guys sound cool, but I'm still on the fence. But you're like, hey, I rock with Substantial. I can trust him. He's reliable. Great way to support what I'm doing, including these lives and stuff to keep me motivated to do it every week. Because, again, it costs y'all nothing to come and watch these and stuff, but it does incur costs for me to be able to consistently do it, right? So definitely, if you want to donate to the channel, best ways to do that is via the super chat. Real close to hitting my goal of $100 this month, thanks to y'all support. So please consider doing that. We're less than $5 away, which means that we really got to raise more than $5 today because they take 25% of the joint. But hey man, if we can get it up to $10 today, that would for sure put me over the threshold for the month, and I would greatly appreciate it. Of course, no pressure, maybe a little pressure. Okay, all the pressure, but it's never mandatory. It's always appreciated.
Not to mention, Substantial just did like a set in Tokyo in my neighborhood. 30, 45 minute set. You know, performed a lot of songs, and we literally just got home. To my spot, it's like 3 a.m. now.
Jesus Christ.
And at 2:30 a.m. he was like, yo, I gotta do, you know, the Substantial, you gotta do the Substantial Fridays, you know. So like I'm setting my stuff up. I'm like, dang, he's still gonna do it.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing, you never miss those, and like, you know, that's it's difficult, it's hard to keep up with. So just, you know, I can't keep. I'd love to do something like that.
Right.
But I can't do it. So definitely, you know, appreciate this man, give him his flowers. And,
thank you, man.
You know,
appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate the fact that you get it every Friday.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like when your favorite show comes on.
Man, listen,
the same time, around the same time.
Right.
You know?
And what's crazy is,
That's
man,
cool.
like, you know, first of all, thank you. Appreciate that. Like, we miss it every now and then, but I try to give y'all a heads up. You know what I mean? Like, it's usually because I have an event, like, close to the same time. Tonight's event ended a little early. But, like, just like what he was talking about, man, we hung around, networked, this, that, and the third. I'm watching the clock like a hawk. I didn't make an announcement on Discord until we were here. Once we were here, I was like, all right, I'm gonna be able to do it in time. So that's when I started sending out the little whatever, And yeah, man. But you know what it is. I appreciate y'all as important as it is for me to do it or whatever to keep y'all updated. Truth of the matter is, it's therapeutic for me, man. I thoroughly enjoy spending this time with y'all because I sing y'all praises all the time. I know I've mentioned that on the show, but I tell people all the time, man. I got one of the greatest fan bases ever, and it's not just because of like y'all supporting financially. It's because like I meet y'all in person and y'all are genuinely good people. Those I don't meet in person, we interact online and stuff like that. We got Joshua sending pics of his kids so the rest of the fan base can see. We got like people like Happy Mochi like helping to create the Discord so we all can be together there and communicate when the show's not going on. Yo, one of the best fan bases ever, man, and I couldn't ask for more. So even though I did just ask y'all for more in terms of donations. No pressure. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, man. I greatly appreciate y'all.
I've inherited some fans,
for sure.
I can attest to that.
Yeah, man.
And the best in the business.
And Josh said I was trying to clean it up. I just forgot. It is 3:00 in the morning over here. But basically what you're doing by supporting is you're keeping me and mine off these polls. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And look, I just need you to know there's always a poll nearby. And you don't want to see me on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just put that away because if I get on that poll, pause, it's going to break. It's going to be terrible. Substantial now. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, man. One is wide awake. One is about to sleep. When y'all record, do y'all record in the studio or do you record at home? So this is the studio. Matter of fact, this is something I never do. But hold up.
It's a little messy right now.
Yeah.
Photo shoot and everything, but still got the vinyl out.
This is where we've recorded all things for this album, right? Turn it around so y'all can see Marcus's setup here. Yeah, man, y'all getting the super exclusive right now. You know, matter of fact, let's make the screen wider. Let's do that so y'all can really see. So yeah, y'all. Boom. Equipment. Socks somewhere. More keys behind me. Yeah, yo. So we,
loft, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the loft. You know what I'm saying? Where Marcus goes for private time.
Substantial sleeping area.
Yeah, substantial sleeping area with the black light to make sure it's safe to sleep.
Oh man, did I turn that off?
I don't know. But yeah, man. So this is where the magic happens. This is where we've been hard at work recording the new Bop Alloy album. We'll definitely talk more about that in a second. No need to show that slide because we already introduced Marcus D. But let's do some quick reminders real fast. Let's So quick reminder, if you have not watched the Salt and Pepper music video yet, please do so. It is out right now. The remix produced by Kokai is streaming on all platforms. Shout out to Kokai who remixed the whole album. He literally remixed Adultish top to bottom in a weekend, 3 days, and he had never heard the album prior to doing the remixing. Yeah, yo, legendary stuff, man. Shout out to Coke. At least four of those remixes are going to actually come out because I had to let other people shine too. You know what I'm saying? But please believe me when I tell you, like, it was heat top to bottom. So you get to hear the first of the tracks from Adultish 2.0 out right now, Kokai's remix of Salt and Pepper. And be sure to check the original version featuring Mr. White Chocolate over here, aka Twinkle Fingers, my man Marcus D, also known as the homie would call him Chef Boy MD. You know what I mean?
Boy MD.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Marcus is definitely not the sleepy one. Oh yeah, come on, man. I'm a man of.
This is prime hours for me.
Right. Me, on the other hand,
got a good hour and a half, 2 hours left work time.
Right. Oh, it says super chats are off. That is wow. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. Let me see what that's about. Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, because I definitely ain't turn them off. Yo, thank you so much for the heads up on that. That is definitely strange. I'm not sure why they're off. Let me see if I can figure that out real quick. That is whack if they hold up. Yeah, thank you for the heads up, man. I don't know why it's doing that. Checking. Friendly reminder.
Ad brought to you. This stream is brought to you by.
Yeah, this is strange. I don't know, because it's not showing me anything on my end that would say yeah, I don't know. Anyway, well, it's all good. You also have the ability to do it via PayPal, WhatsApp, etc., etc. So it's all good. We will keep it pushing. But thank you for donating, though. Greatly appreciated. All right, question for Marcus. I love the Fox and the Wolf. What was the inspiration behind those piano chords?
Wow. Most people don't know about that track. So before I tell you about the chords, the Fox and the Wolf was like an inspiration behind. The inspiration behind that was a fan of me and Shingo's named Ollie, and I am forgetting like the full story, but I believe he passed away a year before me and Shingo did the track, and he had written this song, and he pitched it like to us. His mom pitched it to us, and hit us up and said that he was like a huge fan of like what we did and stuff, and he wrote this story called The Fox and the Wolf, and we basically took what the lyrics that he had written that she sent us, and Shingo wrote them to go to that beat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I flipped that track. It's a Bill Evans sample, which, if you know me, you know that I don't sample. I wouldn't sample Bill Evans lightly, but because that track was very heavy, and very important, I felt like it was. I found that sample from one of his records, and I was like, I feel like that would fit with it. But I don't think I've ever gotten a question about the Fox and the Wolf before.
Wow.
So
we appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to Aquarian Ninja 89. That was it was a very interesting time. But me and Shingo, were like Shingo was really cool about it, because he was like, this dude wrote a really cool story, and I'd like to put it into lyrics. So he took the poetry and made it for the song.
That's wild. Yeah. Legendary stuff, man. Awesome sauce. Of course, someone immediately donated when son mentioned the poem. That's awesome. Y'all are the best, yo. It's just proof. Like, nobody wants to see that. You know what I mean? It's just proof. Like, nope, not on my watch. Here's a donation. Marcus' keyboard posts are so interesting. His Yahoo auctions were crazy. No idea there was so much. There was such a thing like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You gotta win some and lose some.
White chocolate. Laugh my ass off. You know what I'm saying? He's a man of many nicknames. It's because I put the donations on here. I did it to myself. Okay, all good. Well, I mean, it's for a great cause, man. So, all good. Words Beats in Life, if you're watching, you know I love you. Shout out to Mozzie, shout out to the whole team. Shout out to the directors whose meeting I couldn't be in today with my fellow directors, because I was out here rapping. But it's all good, because I'm right now on the clock raising money for the organization, as we do. Let's see, it says, did everyone do their holiday shopping yet? No, but I know what I'm getting, all of my family, so you know.
Do?
Yeah. Well, all of the folks in the house, I know what they're getting already.
Nice.
For the most part. It's just a matter of having enough money to get all of that. You know what I mean? Like, certain things I know, other things I'm like, wow, that's really several $100s, and you haven't asked for anything but that. Jesus. Right.
That's the game.
Yeah, yeah. You know. But yeah, so we'll see how it's gonna go down, and then I celebrate Kwanzaa, so it's just like there's Christmas, and then there's 7 days of that, so it's just eight days of heat. You know what I'm saying? What we doing,
My
Daddy?
favorite holiday is Christmas. Though hardly qualify as Christian.
Right, right. Yeah, man. Let's see. Hey guys, did y'all hit up family in Shibuya yet? Not yet. I don't know. Maybe if
we hit it up last time.
Last time we did. Yeah, we performed there and everything. So maybe I don't know. We'll see if we got time to squeeze over there.
Family's gonna come to us this time.
This is true.
We got a show in Circus.
Let's get to those. All right, so let's bring these shows up on the screen.
Yeah.
Get back on
we got
track.
Two shows in Shibuya.
Yes, sir.
One tomorrow.
Yep.
Live in store at Tower Records.
Mm-hmm.
Shibuya. So Tower Records Shibuya has shown like a lot of love to our music for a long time, and my music since I first came out. When Substantial hit me up, his booking agent at the time in Japan, released my first album through a company in Japan, and the person, the talent buyer at Tower Records Shibuya on the hip hop floor, he gave me like a it's called a pop in Japan, but it's like a display, right? And that was my first release, and since then he's supported my release every single time that I put something out, and even when most people have to pay for it, right? Most companies are paying for their artists to get these displays. He gives me a display every time because he is a fan of the music, and every time we release something, he makes a display. He's also the guy who sets up all of the Nujabes displays at Tower Records Shibuya on the 6th floor. So definitely, really in tune with the scene, and good dude, and has supported our stuff for a long time. So he hooked up the show at in store at Tower Records, and yeah, he's just a great dude, and Tower Records is always show love, so we're doing that tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And then we got one more, Shazam. And this, we got a special announcement for this because this is the old version of the flyer. But yeah, December 10th, we're going to be at Circus Live in Tokyo. It's us along with Nitsua, DJ Rio, aka Smooth Current Takumi, and we got a special guest popping up during our set. Komachi is going to be there, rocking out. We're going to do our joint with Uyama Hiroto, the song that we have with him. We don't know if Uyama's hopping on stage or not. You know what I mean? He's mysterious like that.
He will be there though.
Yeah, for sure.
He will be there.
So yeah, man, if you're in Tokyo, you definitely don't want to miss the show. It's going to be a good time, and great performances. So go ahead, cop your tickets. There's a link in the description of the video which says follow me or follow Substantial. When you click on that bio.site/substantial link, there's a ticket link on the site. Just let me know if it's giving you issues, because there are two ticket links. One is for people who actually have a Japanese phone number, and the other one just allows anyone to purchase the ticket, no problem. So
and if you're having trouble with that, you can hit up my Instagram. I have the link on my story.
Yep.
The one that works without a Japanese phone number. It's just Marcus D _. So if you go there, it's on my story, and you can buy the tickets there. It's Zaiko, Zaiko. So even if you go to Google's very easy. Type in Zaiko and then Bop Alloy, and it should come up.
Oh, that's what's up. All right, so real quick, we got a great question. This is something they've asked me a few times, but what's your dream collaboration, Marcus D? This is courtesy of Warpath.
Most Def.
Yeah, we were just listening to Life is Good.
Yasin Bey.
Yeah, Yasin Bey.
Yasin Bey. I already work with Royce the 5'9". So I'd say Yasin Bey, Kendrick, Lupe, Tupac if he was still around, and number 5. Number five. I mean, if we're doing like people still around, then if they're not around, I mean, obviously Nujabes, but like if they're still around, Number 5 would have to be. Yeah, I don't have a number 5. I guess that's got pretty much everybody.
Strong, got a strong 4.
Got a strong 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know? One below and substantial.
I mean, on the same track.
Yeah, on
would
the same
be crazy.
Would be great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any chance that Uyama Hiroto making a surprise appearance again? Would love to see keep on with Komachi Live. I mean, it's possible. He's planning to be there. We just don't know if he's going to get on stage or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
if you see him carrying some kind of luggage, then I would say that you have a good chance of him getting on stage and doing some songs. But
for sure.
I wouldn't, he's got a lot of stuff to do and he's super busy. His new album just came out.
Yep.
So we're just happy he's going to be there.
Absolutely. Hey, Mo, we appreciate it, man. Sending love right back at you. All right. Any shows over in Yokohama? Not this time out. We almost did. We were almost going to do something there Sunday. It's kind of good that we didn't, though, because we got an album to finish. So, we don't want to stack the days too crazy. Either I'm probably going to wake up tomorrow morning and knock out the next joint, but so glad I bought Autograph Deluxe Adultish. Great buy. That's what's up, man. Thank you so much, family. Definitely going to check that out while I'm there. Please do. How much for Japan consultation and tour? I'd pay for your food and drinks, whatever the rate is, Marcus.
Well, I mean, I already know that you support quite a bit, so your rate will be different than the normal rate. But just send me a message on Instagram. I got you.
Yeah, hit you with that consultation form.
Yeah, just hit me up and we'll figure it out.
We gon' work it out, we gon' work it out. All right. Same Warpath. Kendrick and Marcus would be fire. Absolutely.
I think so.
You're right. I'm a fan.
Freddie, there you go. For Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie Gibbs.
Maybe not my number 5, but Freddie Gibbs. I've wanted to work with Freddie Gibbs for a minute. I got so many Freddie Gibbs beats. I make them and I don't even mean to.
Yeah.
Which is how I know that we'd be a good collab. So I'm just like, that sounds like a Freddie Gibbs beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good call.
What I'm gonna start doing is taking Marcus' catalog and breaking the beats down based on his nicknames.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? So when he make his Freddie Gibbs beats, right, or his or it's like his Marcus D Trap beats, right? That's gonna be white chocolate. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the
Chef Boy MD might be better.
I mean, I don't know.
White chocolate gonna be like soulful.
That's true too. But like White Chocolate was also the nickname of the basketball player. And when you watch the play, sure he played with soul, but the mama was nasty. Like some of those moves was nasty. So they call him White Chocolate. So that's why you know what I'm saying. When Marcus out here throwing the no looks across the MPC. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's a White Chocolate beat. You know what I mean? And then when I hear a joint that's like, it's treat, you know what I'm saying? Soulful, it's, got your mouth watering, pause. I feel him. Yep, I'm about to say something else that was pause. Where I'm just stop. So anyway, you know what I mean? Whenever I see like food related like type of joints, so people like do music with food and stuff, it has a certain sound. So those beats would get the Chef Boy MD joint, you know what I mean? And then when he out here doing his stuff that sounds like you hear all that Japanese influence, he got the pretty keys, then it's real key heavy. That's the Twinkle Fingers, you know what I mean? So those are the three levels of Marcus D.
Twinkle Fingers.
Yo, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh my God.
Twinkle Fingers.
Oh my God.
お前もしかしてトリンコリフィンガーズですか?
Does that way too well, yo. Yeah, for those who don't know, Marcus is fluent in Japanese, so he
I do my best.
I mean he's doing way better than me.
I'm fluent, okay.
I've been coming here 20 years, fam. I was in there using the 5 words I know tonight, and then luckily technology is good, because back in the day I would have had to buy a $300 device to translate on the spot. Yeah. Now I just get my phone out, make sure I'm on Wi-Fi, and I'm having great conversations with people. We giving movie recommendations, talking basketball, all types. I was like, man, it's the most I've ever been able to communicate in the club when like I'm not with someone translating for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was dope. It was dope, and it was helping me like pick up like new words because they would say something, but then they do the translator. Of course, I already forgot because you know I'm a man of a certain age. But yeah, it was dope. It was dope. Anyway, what up? What's going on, Colin? Welcome. Says you guys are in Tokyo. Have any of you guys played the Yakuza video game series?
Yes.
Okay.
I played most of them.
Nice.
NPC Larry Bird.
That's a great one.
Yakuza games, I played 0. Actually, from King B. Cruel's a recommendation. He actually he gifted me Yakuza 0, and that's where I started from.
That's
so,
dope.
Great games. It's actually like some of my favorite games I've ever played, and I've played a lot of video games.
King B. Cruel, you're a real one.
Yeah.
Telling you, man, best fans ever.
And it's very accurate to Japan, like in Tokyo. Like if you live in Tokyo or you've been to Tokyo, all that, the map is entirely real. Like
that's dope.
You see a lot of Yakuza in that area where you're at.
Wow.
So it's
for the game out here, dry snitching.
Yeah, it's a great game. Great game.
Yeah, man. The NPC Larry Bird is hilarious. That's hilarious. Funny, hey, man. Hey, if anybody in here who's not on basketball real heavy, I just need you to know that Larry Bird might be one of the coldest white men to ever play the game of basketball, yo. Like cold, bro.
So it's gotta be Alchemist.
Ice in his veins, right? So yeah. So when you say those are Alchemist beats. Because Alchemist might be,
He's the coldest white dude to ever make beats.
Yeah.
Maybe Jake one. Like
Jake one's nasty too.
Yeah. Like Alchemist, like
Yeah.
For the surface.
So let me give you the reference real quick for those who don't know the history, especially with Larry Bird. Because Larry Bird was Magic Johnson's rival, right? They were rivals in college and then rivals in the league. So that speaks volumes about how good Larry Bird was. But then there was a lot of media hype around Bird for obvious reasons. And so black players sometimes would question how good Larry Bird really was. But ultimately, he ended up getting all those players' respect because the dude was so nice that in real life, he said this in a real game. He went over and cursed the coach out from the other team and told him, he was like, man, you better make sure it's black players checking me. I don't know why you got these. Why you was like you can't have these boys checking me. You better get some of your black players to check me. Yo, hey, bro, he was wild. Like his demeanor on the court, he was on some like, nah. I know who the best players in the league are. I ain't on this. I know what the media is saying about me, but I know who I'm really here to compete with. And so in order for me to prove I'm the best here, I got to play the best here. Yeah. So that's how I took that joint. It wasn't just like, yo, some white man saying some wild stuff. He was like, yo, nah, I know who the best is. I'm here to compete with them. So yeah, that's why like I'd say straight up, like there's been a lot of great white players in the league, but in terms of the coldest, ice in their veins, come out to kill until his back got messed up, hands down Larry Bird.
Fucking Bird, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but Larry Bird was that dude. Hey, hold up. My baby mama has entered the chat. Mrs. Robinson, how you doing? I'm gonna just stop there. I miss you. I miss you like cooked food on a Sunday. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Y'all should hear Marcus Yakuza's story. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, I got a few of those.
Right.
Actual.
Hey, someone called me substance. Right. Hey, fun fact for you, right? I'm gonna address your comment in a second. But a fun fact is, I used to work for J.P. Morgan Chase in New York, and this one brother named Miguel in the mail room. Once he learned that I rap and he learned that my rap name was Substantial, just to mess with me. Every time, man, when I would come through and he see me, like I walk into the mail room, he throw his arms up like substandard. His mama would call me substandard, dog. Substandard all the time, bro. I was like, yo, the level of disrespect. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, the comment says, hey, Substance. I know you've been busy with everything, but I'm curious how much you charge for a feature. Again, especially now since you're busy with tours and shows. So I'll say this. I do have a set rate. I'd rather not say it here. But I do have a set rate. Just if you go to my website, iamsubstantial.com, hit the contact button. You know, you can reach out and just do me a favor, put a link in there where I can hear your music. A lot of people reach out for features, but without sharing their music, and I know why. It's because sometimes the messages get flagged as like spam. But yeah, reach out, hit me via email, and then we'll talk about it. You know, my rate, like it's not like the highest out there. It's also not low, right? And that's the reminder is that, like, yes, I am busy, but also because I'm doing like video game music for notable stuff. I'm doing a lot of big things, so a lot of times the price isn't just the price because I'm trying to hit people over the head and I've accomplished all these things. It's also because it's a time management. I can't afford to do things that are going to take up time that aren't going to pay a certain amount of money.
Nah,
so
pay this man his money.
I appreciate
pay him what he's worth.
So you can keep me in mind off these polls. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but hit me up, man. We'll discuss. I appreciate you for even bringing that up, but I'll definitely share what my rate is. The other reason why I don't put my rate out publicly and stuff, because it does change over time. What my rate was like 3-4 years ago is not what it is now. And then there are sometimes special exceptions based on certain things we discussed. So today's price is not yesterday's price, 100%. Yeah, man. Nigerian Yakuza in Shinjuku is out of control, attacking foreigners physically.
Wow. What do they call them? The touts? Yeah.
Wow.
Yakuza 5, okay. Yeah, I
Eclipse Part 2 for the missus. I mean, you know, man, there's like an album plus worth of songs. I probably got two albums worth of songs about my wife. And look, the missus said the same thing. Yesterday's price is not today's price in the comments. Know your worth, King. Yo, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know. Yeah, yesterday's price, not today's price. I love you, Mrs. Robinson. That's my manager, by the way. Peace, yo. Have you ever had set a time frame for when you'd retire? Absolutely not. It's not really something I think about. I think as long as I have my health, and as long as I enjoy doing it, yeah. I mean, you know, I hear folks come into the game where it's like a whole lot of hype around them and stuff, because they're the new shiny thing on the block, and that's great. I'm excited to hear new stuff. I was just talking to Zach, Nitsua, about like the new artists I like and stuff like that. Like this artist DC3 I've been checking out. Like I think there's room for new folks to come in, but just because the new wave's coming in don't mean it's time for me to go. Fact of the matter is, rap circles around a large amount of people who do this, including some of the new artists. So I think there's still plenty time and space for me to do what I do. And clearly, with, you know, a lot of y'all still showing up time and time again with my records, still doing the type of numbers that they do, without label support, it's clear that people want new music from me, and I still love doing it. You know, that's why I'm buying a ticket to come out here, spend time with my little brother, and make make the music we love making, man. And, you know, wake up in the morning, write some bars, repeat cycle, you know. So I don't know, man. Maybe y'all get a sneak preview before we get off. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Seen that 76-year-old Japanese dude that just started making techno music?
Oh, that's crazy.
Like, in his neighborhood, he opens the windows and he's playing music, right, that he's making.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he's got his people that he's influenced by.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's talking about like Aphex Twin and like, you know, like all these people.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a 76-year-old dude, and he doesn't even have like most of his teeth anymore.
That's crazy.
But he just started making music on like synthesizers, and like, you know, it's never too late to.
Mm-hmm.
It's never too late to start music,
mm-hmm.
and there's never any reason to stop, because it's not like you're a baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Your body's not giving out on you where, you know, at 35 or something. So
yeah,
there's not really any time where you necessarily need to retire, you know, from music. Music is an old man's game too.
Yeah, I mean, straight up, man. Like, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm not out here like literally having to race these youngins. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's a foot race and stuff like that. People talk about, they make a ton of sports comparisons and stuff when they talk about music, in particular when they talk about rap. right? Like, but the reality of it is this is art. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't truly become masters until they're much older, right? Like, so, I feel like I'm at that master phase of my career in terms of like my understanding of how to make it, and it's way too much fun. You know what I mean? Like the song that we just shot a video for, impromptu video for here, that's gonna be on the new record. Yo, like how quick I wrote that joint, one, but then also like the whole time I'm writing it, I'm sitting next to Marcus while he's working on stuff, I'm writing it, and I just keep leaning over like, hey yo, I said it's like, yeah, look, peep, peep. Yo, you peep, I said, yo, like I'm having too much fun doing this, man. And yeah, it's like even I feel like even when I'm coasting, it's still better than a lot of what comes out. And I don't really spend a whole lot of time just trying to coast through a record. Like I'm really putting my heart in it. But I do it so much that even when I am just kind of chilling, taking a few bars off, not trying to bar you up every time, I think my consistency speaks for itself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stop there because after a while you sound too cocky.
I'll fill in the blank because, like, when I work with people, other than you, it's not so. Like what Robert was trying to say earlier, right? He's trying to tell me that there's certain words that don't work in Japanese, in English, that work in Japanese, and the word yoyu. Yoyu means like very like without much effort, but it make you make it look easy, right? He's talking about when you're like rapping, which is extremely, it's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, I want to say like yo-yo, like when you're writing, the way you write, and then the way that you come up with stuff that takes a lot of other people, like a full day to be like, yo, like these two lines, like they'll write like a 16. Or two 16s, and they'll have like 2 or 3 lines in there that are like, yo, like that's, you hear that?
Yeah.
You're hitting me like, you're looking at, yo, you hear that? And I'm like, yo, I'm so like, I've gotten to the point where I take it for granted, where I'm like, yo, that's a bar, that's a bar, that's a bar, like all these are bars.
Yeah.
Right? So like, it seems like it's easy for you, but it's not. It's just because you mastered your craft. So now it's to the point where you're making, when you're writing, it comes more easily because you've practiced it. Like, you're doing it all the time, and you're still like, getting better still.
Man, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, watching it compared to like a lot of other people I've been in the studio with, you're a master of your craft, So
man,
like,
appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yo, likewise, man. Watching you do your thing, watching Marcus work here, man, is just dope, and it's crazy. Like he had already gave me a lot of beats that are ridiculous, and I had plenty to write to before I got here. And then of course he like cracks open a folder, and then he plays something that I hadn't heard, and I'm like, oh my god! And so like one of the beats for the song we were just referencing a few minutes ago, or like a minute ago. That was a beat that he just played out here. So like I literally heard that beat for the first time, and then like within 24 hours of hearing the beat, or less than that maybe, we had a whole song. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, man, this is reminiscent of when I first came to Japan to work or whatever in some ways, but I would argue maybe a much more positive experience. It's not that my experience when I worked with Jun was quote unquote like negative, but like there was definitely like a ton of infighting, you know what I mean, just to kind of work, because quite frankly, we had just met in person for the first time and then spent 4 weeks working together when we had just met. Like, we had talked on the phone, but we didn't really know each other. So it's just like, we just two people who didn't really know each other but like what each other was doing, who just came together and decided to spend a month together in the studio for 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough. You know what I mean? So there was just a lot of butting heads because you don't really know the other person. But me and this dude, man, like, when I say he's like my little brother, man, like I mean that shit. So like our our chemistry and how easy it is for us to work and how we understand what the other person needs, how much room they need to be allowed to be our authentic selves and stuff like that. It's the reason why we don't really butt heads. Like, we don't agree on everything, but even when we don't agree on something, it's just like, ah, and we keep it moving. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man,
I
it's
feel it.
yeah.
Like, work.
Right. It's hands down like the one of the easiest like relationships in terms of like our ability to get work done and stuff. Like, it's dope, man. It's
And
dope.
it's not because we allow the other one to steamroll, either. It's more just like,
Thank you.
we listen to each other.
Yes.
And then we communicate.
Yeah.
And it's really cool because, like, a lot of people have communication problems in, whether it's like marriage or like a partnership or business partners or whatever. But most of that can be solved through communication.
Right.
But you have to be comfortable with communicating with the person you're working with. And I mean, with how long I've known you and we've known each other, it's just gotten to a point where, like, if I feel like there's something that needs to be said, like, I'll say it, and vice versa,
Yeah, 100%.
But it's always positive. Like, there's no like negativity when we give each other feedback or critiques or whatever. And that's super important because it is hard to work with people for like a long time. Especially if you've known them for a long time. Sometimes that's even harder.
Yeah, that's real too. Yeah, that's super real. Let's get some more of these comments. So about this statement about the Washington Commanders, I don't watch football anymore. Truthfully though, I did catch a piece of a football game, and it happened to be the Commanders earlier this year because my homeboys was getting up, Cash and Sherm. They were linking up and inviting me out, and I want to see my boys. So I'm not gonna let the fact that I don't watch football anymore stop me from seeing my two oldest friends. So I just got up with them. We posted up at a bar. They're hooping, hollering, screaming about the stuff. I'm like super indifferent, just sitting there like, yo, oh my god, that play was crazy. I'm like, where you heard Kendrick's new joint? The whole time, like, they bring up football and then I like right back to rap. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it is what it is. Let's see. Sub talking this, y'all better check his resume. I mean, anyone heard that new Will Smith rap? Respect the stand for not using words like Riz. Yo. Yeah, hey man, listen, I typically don't put like words I have never used in actual conversation or like in a presentation of sorts or like in some type of capacity just randomly in my rhymes, whether it's slang or slang or like just, certain vocabulary words, yeah, because people can hear it, like when it just really feels random, you know what I mean? And I'm 45, bro, like I'm not using, there's some slang that like you'll hear some of my students use or whatever that maybe I use, but it's partially because the first time I heard it, it wasn't some kid saying it. It was probably someone old enough to be that kid's parent saying it, and then I didn't realize the kids were saying it too. And so, but if my peers are saying it or whatever, I'm not saying I'm automatically gonna say it, but I don't know, man.
I used cap last month, and it turned into a situation that wasn't like the best.
Yeah, I've used cap in a like a bar before, but I've used it in real life before. It's just not something I say all the time. And it's just too much other slang that I grew up saying that literally means the same thing. So I'm not a person like, it's just like music with me. Music's always good, right? Like there's always going to be good music, right? So I don't need to abandon what I like just because there's a new thing. I can check out the new thing, but then I can always return to the thing that came before because I love it. That being said, words are the same way. There may be new words that come out that describe a particular thing, but because I don't fully grasp the context or where it came from, I'm not just gonna hop on the bandwagon to say it, especially when there's at least 4 different slang words I already know to describe the same thing. And I gotta think it's important, right? Like rap is communication, right? So like it's important to know who am I talking to. Like, am I trying to get a younger generation to listen to me, or am I speaking like to a lot of the folks in my peer group, or maybe a little bit younger than me, who know exactly what I'm saying to a certain extent, you know, because I know certain punchlines go over people's head in certain contexts. They miss certain contexts or don't have certain contexts because I'm speaking about something that's very specific. So yeah, I just don't. Yeah, man, that's not me.
There's levels of
Hmm.
slang.
Yeah,
Definitely like
100%.
tiers.
Yeah, I mean, I just realized like 2 weeks ago there was some slang that we used back in the day that is like very specific to the DMV. And I'm talking to a room full of kids from the DMV, from DC, Maryland, and Virginia, who had no idea what that word meant. And I was just like, oh wow, like this word is on its way out. You know what I mean? Like that was wild to me, you know, but I also know when I say that word, there's certain people from my area, they know exactly what I mean. And I gotta remember who am I talking to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's see. Stan and Marcus are both going to retire legends, man. I appreciate that, bro. Uh,
Try.
Peace. This is Jordan from Sacramento. Yeah, man, I remember you, fam. I know you usually do one West Coast tour per year. Are you still planning for that sometime in 2025? We have been talking about tour dates and stuff like that. We'll definitely keep y'all posted. Yeah, man. Stan, I'm rocking with the fit. Thank you again, man. I appreciate you. Honestly, I can't keep up with the newest slang. Some of it sounds dumb, dumb as hell, to be honest. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I feel you, man. How old is On God?
That
I don't
is
know.
old.
Yeah, it's been around for a minute. I like there's a song on the song on the new album where I say On God. You know what I mean? Um, you know, and On God is just a variation of I swear to God. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? That's all it is.
like yo, I've noticed in like the fighting game community, on God gets used a lot.
Hmm.
On God.
Do you feel that the fast food in Japan is
Absolutely.
healthier? Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
So I'll give you just a little quick rundown of why. Um, in Japan, pharmaceuticals are not sold for profit.
Mm,
They are not advertised because they're not sold for profit. They're not advertised because nobody makes money off of them being sold. So
Jesus.
if you're not promoting pharmaceuticals, then there's no reason for you to make your people sick, right?
Hmm.
So if you're not making your people sick, then you can give them better ingredients to make their food with because it's not going to have an impact on your bottom line. So therefore,
It's one of
when
many
you
reasons I need to leave the United States. But go ahead.
when you're giving your people ingredients that are healthy to make food with, and when
Excuse
unhealthy ingredients aren't even available or are illegal, then even your fast food is going to be much healthier
me. Hmm.
than like home cooked meals sometimes in the States, right? Because the
Hmm.
ingredients are naturally and inherently better quality. So if I go
Hmm.
to the grocery store, even at the convenience stores, they have fresh fruit, right? Remember
Yep. Yeah.
we went to the sushi joint and
Yeah.
they had fresh apples at the checkout, like
Yep.
at the the where you pay for your bill at.
Hmm.
Fresh Fuji apples, and then you go to the convenience stores, they got like bananas and like fresh
Hmm.
eggs and like lettuce sometimes. So Japan's food is overall healthier, even if you're eating fast food. It's still not, it's not as good for you. There's
Right.
always levels, but even if you're eating fast food, it's not going to be as bad as if you're eating fast food in the States, unless you're eating like McDonald's. But even then, McDonald's in Japan
Hmm.
is still a little bit better.
Yeah.
So it's always going to be, the ingredients. It's the ingredients.
Yeah.
And when you're not trying to make a profit off of medicine,
Hmm.
you have no reason to not let people be healthy.
Right. Right. Yeah, man.
It's
I
sad.
mean,
It's
yeah,
sad.
it
It's
just
sad.
just another reason why I
Yeah.
need to leave. But
There's certain foods that are completely like restricted and illegal in Japan.
mm,
And I'm wondering, there's a lot of times I'm like, why can't I find this anywhere? And it's because you look at the ingredients and it's terrible for you.
Right. Yeah, which got me questioning tortilla chips, because trying to find tortilla chips in Japan.
They got them.
It's just hard to find.
Yeah, but like ketchup, right?
Yeah.
Ketchup in Japan, Heinz can't sell the ketchup they sell in the States.
Yeah.
In Japan.
That's why a lot of food, when you have it out here, if it's called the same thing as a certain food that we have there, tastes different because of the ingredients.
Right. So there's a lot of sugar in the ketchup in the States.
Right.
And I think Canada too. In Canada and Japan, they don't have any sugar.
Wow.
And it tastes different.
Yeah.
So.
That's crazy. Man. Yeah. So, what do you think, man? You want to get them a snippet of the joint? Play a joint for them?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Do that.
What you think? One prize, or since that's the newest joint, I don't think we hit them with Audio Sunshine yet.
No.
You gotta wait for that.
You gotta wait for that.
You gotta wait for that. Mm-hmm. Let's see. So yeah, man, snippet incoming. Hold tight. There's some negatives to Japan alongside of the pesticides, but yeah, overall way healthier. Indeed. Yeah, there's negatives to a lot of different places you'll go. But like comparatively, like to other places and stuff, it's like
Japan has nuclear energy and nuclear reactors, and there's God knows how much radioactivity floating around from the Fukushima plant, and all the radiation that went into the ground and was then again raised up when crops were being tilled. But the fact that people are still healthier even with that, tells you how much craziness is in the food in the States.
Yeah, I was wondering if we should play 10 winners.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so can I give them the announcement?
Yeah.
All right, so a couple quick things. Number one, there's an event I done mentioned several times and stuff. I need to finish this flyer and throw it up. But yeah, man, there's an event that's going to be happening February 7th at Crescendo Studios in Virginia, Falls Church, Virginia, that I'm doing. The event is actually going to be called Think Different. It's going to be a tribute event of sorts and stuff, where I'll be performing with my live band, doing all the music that I've done with Nujabes. February 7th is obviously his birthday. I haven't put the flyer up yet. This weekend I need to finally finish that so it can go live, because we technically are 2 months out. But look out for that. But the track we're about to play.
You do a line in, or you want to do speakers?
Oh no, we're gonna play it through the speakers, so that way the quality ain't pristine. You know what I mean? Like y'all just getting a sneak peek.
For sure.
But yeah, man. So this track is called 10 Winners. It is I guess the finale of the Winter Break series, or at least this chapter of the Winter Break series.
We held them down for 10 winners.
Held you down for 10 winners. So it's kind of in the spirit of like Nas joined 30 Summers, right? And then I know that was it LL has a joint like with a certain number of Decembers and stuff like that. So kind of in that vein, I thought it would be cool to flip our version of that, but for Winter Breaks, because for those who don't know, it's been 10 years since the first Winter Breaks joint came out. So what we're doing, we just recorded this song this week, where we're basically working our tail off, or I should say Marcus is going to be working his tail off to mix the record so we can get it out to you all before the holiday officially begins. And yeah, man, get it up on streaming platforms with possibly a re-release of Winter Breaks, with basically the Winter Breaks anthology. So both Winter Breaks 1 and 2 together as one album, along with Steph's track Walk Into the New Year, which is a Bop Alloy joint as well, because Marcus produced it and I rhyme on it. Even though it was on her project, we already got the okay from our sister from another mister. So so that's going to be on there, as well as this new track, which you're about to get now. Exclusive.
Yeah. Peace, y'all. This is the last call. My unity cup is filled. The cradle was spinning.
Unmixed.
The ride carries forward. You know what I mean? It's
yes.
the most wonderful time to
important.
In this cold world, we back with the breaks to keep your heart warm. Reminding everybody we spread love with this art form. Joy to the world, peace to all the haters. Back when we were broke, the pressure could never break us. For our winter breakers, chance and trip takers. We grinded all year to answer your kids' prayers. Building on your life to make the fam run it back. Yo, we back with the breaks to keep your heart warm. Reminding everybody we spread love with this art form. Joy to the world, peace to all the haters. Back when we were broke, the pressure could never break us. For our winter breakers, chance and trip takers. We grinded all year to answer your kids' prayers. Building on your life to make the fam greater. Yeah. 10 winners of breaks that we done conjured up. The cool rule in the cold world like it don't bother us. Storm clouds over the city, looking ominous. Nightmare before Christmas already honored us. Not the first blizzard that visits, so it ain't stopping us. Gifts get delivered through snow, sleet, or apocalypse. Grateful for the love, don't matter what else they got for us. About to spend the holiday plotting to have a better year. Forward cause the future is something that we should ever fear. Get it clear, we only drop the ball on the 31st. People cheer for a new beginning, time to put in work. Got some better resolutions, vision is 8K. Connection still strong, made do, now make way. An even greater year, gotta start with a great day. So we stepping in with a grand plan to step it up. Year-round celebration, we decorate, then left them up. Every day's a holiday, somewhere some homie get them up. Hoping if you ain't doing better, you're just as well as us. Glass half empty, circle back for a refill. Learn the balance when they keep it moving or keep still. To the next family gathering, all y'all keep chill. In this cold world, we back with the breaks to keep your heart warm. Reminding everybody we spread love with this art form. Joy to the world, peace to all the haters. Back when we were broke, the pressure could
This ain't your mama's Christmas
for our
music.
winter breakers, chance and trip takers. We grinded all year to answer your kids' prayers.
Yeah, man.
Building on your life to
This
make
ain't-
the fam run it
This
back.
ain't your family's typical holiday mix. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Oh,
So we stepping in with a grand plan honored us. Not the first blizzard that visits, so when they stopping us, gifts get delivered through snow.
not.
Yeah.
Looking ominous, nightmare.
We about to do the on the spot anatomy of a verse.
So when they stopping us, gifts get delivered.
Not the first blizzard.
Honored us. Not the first blizzard.
So all right, go before that. I already heard this shit when you were writing it,
The
right?
cool rule
Right.
in the cold world like it don't bother us. Storm clouds over the city, looking ominous. Night.
Storm clouds over the city, looking ominous. Already, like I can see that, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Gotham, kind of just, you know.
Man before Christmas already honored.
The nightmare before Christmas already haunted us. Like, come on, you know what's he talking about? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me in the comments what he's talking about. Don't tell him.
Yeah, I won't. I won't.
Somebody in the comments tell me what he's talking about. Nightmare before Christmas already haunted us. I heard that show, like, damn, it's true.
Mm-hmm. See if anybody get it.
I mean, they get it.
Yeah.
But then,
Not the first blizzard that visits, so when they stopping.
not the first blizzard to visit us, so it ain't
Yeah.
stopping us.
Not the first blizzard to visit, so it ain't stopping us.
And then, and then the culmination.
Gifts get delivered through snow, sleet, or apocalypse.
Gifts get delivered through snow, sleet, or apocalypse.
Who's delivering gifts during the apocalypse?
Us, bitch.
Who's doing it?
Right. Yeah, and man, like, hey man, I was just telling Marcus the other day, it's like, bro, I still love writing, man. Like, it's just fun, man. It's fun. And
Gifts get
delivered through snow, sleet, or apocalypse. Come on, yo. Like, yeah, man. It's just still fun to me. You know what I mean? So somebody asked a great. He be rapping. Somebody said, "This is what I'm going to play all Christmas." I love it, man.
Me too.
Yeah, man. I love that beat. I love it. Clearly, I love it. That's why I wrote to it.
Thank you.
Man, this is insane, man. Thank you for all the feedback, y'all. So this is a great question. How do you stay hungry to improve? I've seen a lot of artists seriously go downhill. I've seen a lot of artists seriously go downhill in quality after they get rich and famous. But yours consistently gets better. No glazing.
I mean, we're not rich or famous.
We're not rich or famous. Well, what I'm gonna say is I'm not gonna say I'm not rich, right? I'm not gonna say I'm rich because I don't necessarily see it that way. But like what I've learned spending time here, based on how much I pay for my cost of living and to provide for my family in the United States, I'm probably rich if you put me in most other countries in the world. You know what I'm saying? But I got a family of 4. It's expensive to live where we live. So it doesn't feel like I make the amount of money that I make because of how expensive it is to live in the United States. But I mean, the beautiful thing about travel, when I go other places and we stack up enough bread to be able to experience what it's like to see other places, I learn real quick. I'm like, oh yeah, man, we doing all right, So, and I'm really proud of that too, because I look at the lives that both of us have built for ourselves, making the type of music that we want to make, and more importantly, not just making the music we want to make, genuinely caring about the effect our music has on other people. So standing on business, recent slang, standing on business, making sure that the integrity is behind everything we do and stuff. And so yeah, man, it makes it easier to sleep at night. It makes it easier to get up in the morning and be hungry to do something, because we know that what we're making has real impact. And
to even be able to make money, to be able to make a living off of music, 100%. First off, right? Because there's so many people who do this just as a hobby, and they do it in their spare time, right? And I mean, we did that at one point too.
Yep.
But times are different. But it's still something, at least for me, where when I was in college making beats, I used to get off of school and then come back and be like, man, I can't wait to make a beat, right? And you kind of you lose it. You go through peaks and valleys of I'm not inspired and I don't feel like making anything. But when you don't have the time or the luxury of making it all the time, then when you do have those open pockets to be creative, it makes you more grateful for the opportunity to be able to make music as your job and to be able to make a living off of it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Also, no glazing. That is some slang, the modern slang that I love.
Yeah, glazing is hilarious. Yeah, no
glazing.
It does get irritating sometimes though when
everything's glazing.
Everything's glazing. You compliment anyone. Yo, nice shoes. Oh, you glazing them? No, I like the shoes. Oh, you still glazing them?
Damn, glazing like
right, glazing like a motherfucker. I think I got it, but not sure. I think folks are referring to the line earlier.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait for the anatomy of a verse breakdown. You know what I mean? I was like, UPS. I got it. Talk about the delivered through snow, sleet, or apocalypse. There's levels though.
They stop if it drizzles.
Bro, can't wait for the release. Awesome beats. Marcus, nice with it.
Thank you.
Where do you find most of your inspiration when writing? I just started out, but I'm trying to make my own thing too. I think, living, man. Living. Part of the reason why I think early on it's so hard to figure out what to write about for certain people is because you're, not everybody, but a lot of folks are referencing what other people have written about or done in the music. So most young kids, when I meet them and they start out rapping, they're all trying to do impressions of their favorite rappers, right? Yeah. So we imitate what we hear others do. So it takes a while. It's not even you could be a person who already knows who you are to a certain extent and what you represent and still have trouble finding your voice in rapping, because you might know who you are, but the initial thing that we all go through is feeling like we wonder if anyone cares who we are or cares to hear about what we want to talk about. So that stops a lot of rappers from jumping out there and saying quote unquote real stuff or talking about really real things. So many people love to use real when referring strictly to street stuff, but the vast majority of people in this country are not quote unquote in the streets like that. They're just not. You know what I mean? And even the folks like me who come from these places, like, hey fam, I ain't out there. Like, you'll hear me saying something like, I'm still out here. But that's by choice working in these places, right? Like, I don't live there. You know what I mean? I'm out before it's dark. You know what I'm saying? Except like some years back where I had to bring thousands of dollars of equipment in community centers in some of the worst neighborhoods in PG 10 o'clock at night and didn't leave till after midnight with like 5 to 10 G's worth of equipment. You know what I mean? So like, but that's a choice, right? But the vast majority of people are not like in these situations. So how real is that? That is not most people's reality. It's a specific group of people. But a lot of people who are not from that are wildly entertained by people's lives who are from that. You know what I mean? And there are people who, once they make it out of that, they still continue to rap about the same bullshit every album, because they know that it's entertaining, and people will buy that. You know what I mean? So you know, it's one of them things. I think you gotta trust. So I say all this to say to you, trust that there's somebody out there that cares about your voice. And then when the skill part becomes important is you can get somebody to listen to anything if you are skilled at what you do, right? You develop your skill and your ability, try to like build up what you're doing in a way that it can be palatable to the passive listener to a certain extent, but to the people who know, because there are certain people who are just straight up fans, and then there are other people who are artists who also are fans, who they'll hear it and they instantly know that, oh man, you're great at this, or like you got so much potential and I want to hear more from you. So yeah, man, just trust that people care what you want to say, and make sure you always are developing your craft and trying to get better and work on excelling at what you do, man. It's really important, not just in finding your voice, but it's important in like for helping to maintain your your integrity, but your longevity in this industry. You know what I mean?
That's masterclass information.
Man, I appreciate it, bro. I'm just trying.
You gave that for free.
You welcome. Yeah, you
gave that for free.
You know, but if you want to donate.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
that's $100 class,
right?
I mean, compared to what some people do for master classes, like that,
man,
that's yeah.
I appreciate it.
So
man.
I mean, that's why I always, I focus and like try to take in as much information as I can whenever we're on tour, whenever we're together, because you have a lot of wisdom. I'm not glazing.
No glazing.
Just like, yo, he says, like, there's just certain points. I'm like, yo, damn.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Trying, bro. Trying to get the good word out here. Look at all that wisdom. Let's see. Josh, have a good one, man. What's it? Gotta go, gentlemen. Y'all make it real easy to be fans when y'all are such good brothers along with artists.
Appreciate it.
Man, we definitely appreciate it, man. Yeah. Let me say, gotta say, not gotta go. We all saying peace, rushing you off. But yeah, man, appreciate you. Yeah. I'm a visual artist, but I totally feel that. Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to my fellow graphic designer. Give me some. Oh, you know what I mean? Is that an MPC in the back? I think maybe you see the knobs on this.
Oh no, that's
the one up there.
That's a CS60.
Trying to move out the way.
This is a Rhodes.
All right, let's move the camera.
Okay, yeah.
Let's give them the tour.
All right, so
gently. I'll hold the record.
All right, this is the Rhodes, the Fender Rhodes from 1976.
Check out that legendary 5D.
Yo, yeah, this is you know where I found this?
Where?
I found this in a record in Disc Union.
Wow.
It was inside one of I don't know which record, but it was a record from the early 2000s.
That's crazy.
And this was inside of it. And this is
see those flyers and that album everywhere. I got a copy of that album to this day.
So like
to this day.
419. This is like a tour when they did 5D's tour. Dimid Recordings.
Yep.
5D's Japan tour 2002 advance ticket.
That's crazy.
This is an advance ticket. Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyways, this is the Fender Rhodes, and then this is the CS60, Yamaha CS60. the little brother of the synth that made Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
Vangelis used to make Blade Runner soundtrack, and that's the Mini Moog Voyager.
Mm.
Probably like 2002, I think.
Nice.
But all analog, and this is the MPC. There's the MPC.
Yeah.
That's the MPC. I made on the Keeper. I made the title track on here, and then one of the new joints on the new Bob Allo album, Say It Again, I made on here.
Okay.
And quite a bit of other stuff, but you know.
Dope.
Prophet 5 from 1981.
Wow.
A bunch of other stuff over there. Moog Matriarch, Selena String Ensemble, Yamaha piano. Upright. I had to basically repair all of that myself. The tape reel, all that stuff. You got a lot of stuff in there. But MPC over there.
Yeah.
That's the MPC 2000 XL. SP404. I have done a lot of collecting of gear over the years.
Yes, sir. Let's get that up there. Shout out to black women, always reminding me, even when they're not present, to make sure I'm not ashy. As I was putting it back, I was looking. It was like, good job, you boy. They raised me right. Hold on, let's fix that. Let me put it on this side. So before we get out of here, I'm sorry, y'all. I know it looked crazy. There we go. Boop, bap, boop. No wires. Okay, cool. So listen, before we get out of here, just wanted to mention a couple of things to y'all before we dip. One. Hold up. Make sure. Yep, we already talked about that.
Those help with studio acoustics. They're not like dampers. They're deflectors.
Yeah.
So they spread out the sound. So that way, like if it was all just like soundproofing, it hits it and then it dies and makes it silent, and that's not good for mixing because then it just deadens the sound. This like spreads it, so makes it sound better, helps mixing.
What's your favorite part of the music making process? I already said it. For me, it's the writing. I love writing. Probably my least favorite part is mixing. I think I'm solid at mixing. However, as far as I'm gonna put it out there to you too. But yeah, man, like there's a reason why I've paid Tone to mix the last 2 albums I produced, where it's just like I think I do a solid job, but the reason why Tone Deaf is such a great engineer or audio like just person or mixer in general is because that dude cares about things in a way that I don't know anyone. Like I know dudes where that's what they do as a full-time job. Tone is doing it part-time. I mean, he works full-time hours making music, but like a lot of that he was doing while he was working a job that had him working like 40 to 60 hours a week and sometimes 80. And like his ear is just crazy. So like so yeah, man, it's not a part that I enjoy oftentimes, especially when I got other people involved on the song, because it's like, yo, you got to make everybody happy, right? You can always pull rank, you know what I'm saying? But like, well, it's technically my album, so fuck what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? You could always be that guy, but your ultimate goal is you want something that everyone can be proud of. So mixing can be very, very difficult.
Yeah, man, mixing is like, it's creative too, which is the hardest part, because if you're making the music, right?
Yep.
You also have to make creative decisions in the mix, which is terrible. You want to do something technical after you're done making the creative part, right?
Yeah.
Which is why, even as somebody who learned how to mix from Vitamin D, I would say top 10 dead or alive best mixing engineers in the world. Yeah,
Vita's definitely dope.
Like
he killed it.
He's done like even if it was just like me bragging as like a hometown hero, this dude has done like stuff for Freeway, like Jake One, like fucking everybody, 50 Cent, like Joe, everybody you can think of.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Vita.
Yeah, shout out to Vita. He's done the Bob Allo album.
Yes, he has.
So he's creative when it comes to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of times when I'm like, I don't know what this beat is anymore. I don't know what this song is
Right.
because I'm too close to it. I send it off to him because I know that he's gonna take care of it, like you said, Tone,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he's gonna actually care about it, and he's gonna add creativity to it.
Yeah.
I don't have any creativity left.
Right.
I'm thinking
Right.
like this needs to sit right here and sound like this, and then it's good, right?
Right.
He's adding stuff to it, so like when you produce something,
Mm-hmm.
there should be multiple like steps in the process, because mastering should also not be done by the same person, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It should be done, the beat should be made, then it should be mixed by somebody else, maybe, and then it should definitely be mastered by somebody else, because they're all going to find different things in the mix or the master that don't sound good, or that they think you should change, or they're going to change, or do it their way,
Right. Nah, that's super real. That's super real. I think Tone is probably one of the only persons that, like, people I let mix and master, you know what I mean? But yeah, like in the past, like, one person's doing one thing and then we send it out, you know what I mean? Like, that's been a good majority of my albums and stuff. And probably some of my worst mixed or mastered projects or whatever were the ones I did myself, you know what I mean? It really is. It really is. It's because it's like you're spending too much time with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you gotta trust other people to kind of be able to come in, and that way you can get the best of the joint, of the work. Look at oh yeah, that's from earlier. Peace and love, Peter. What up, Sal? Had to show up even if I got here late. See both of you on the 10th. See you there, man. Love it. That card is from the Latitude 5D's Nugent Best vinyl. Word. That's what's up. Stratus be knowing. Stratus be knowing. Hey, that's fire. I have their CDs. I would love to learn the keys someday. Never too late. I mean, unless, you get in a freak accident and lose your hands, you know what I mean? Then it's too late. But other than that,
you got
it's never
your
too
toes
late.
still.
Yeah, you do have your toes. But who wants to play a keyboard that smells like feet after you've been playing? Never saying that. Never. I don't want to play the foot piano after you. I'm just saying. If I come in that joint and it's smelling like corn chips, I don't want to play no more. You know what I'm saying? Like
bugles.
Bugles. Yo. Hey, man, hey, listen, one of the funniest references someone ever made to a processed food snack was Brother Victorious, man. Vic, my man Victorious is the brother of the rap group Godzilla. Hey, man, we had this joint that came in. It was like this caramel, like peanut and like something thing or whatever. And this shit was called Fickle Fackle or something like that. Something crazy. My man Vic bit into this shit and he looked at me. He was like, tastes like oppression. Yo, hey, yo. Yo, hey man, I'm like, bro, you just came up with that off the top of your head, like, tastes like oppression. Hey yo, we laughed to keep from crying, bro. Anyway, happy birthday to Lamar. Yes. How much for your rhyme book sub? Good for a charity idea. I actually would not be opposed to that, man. I've held on to a lot of different keepsakes from my career because I know that while I'm alive, like, there's certain people who value what I'm doing now. But I know when my time comes, it's probably going to be more, God willing. So I've held on to a lot of different things, including old rhyme books. Prince George's County, Maryland actually has their own Black History Museum and stuff. And so, yeah, man, I would love someday or whatever to know that, like, the legacy I left behind or whatever can kind of be seen or heard by people and stuff to hopefully inspire future generations and stuff. And then, like be a stop for people. Like, I know when I went to Seattle, the first time I went to Seattle and had free time, which is hardly ever, right? But like one of the first things I did was have my homegirl Esther take me to see Jimi Hendrix memorial, and then also go to Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee's graves, because these were people who were highly influential on me. So yeah, man, I think about stuff like that and what I want to do with this stuff, or what I want to have done with it when my time comes. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm rushing to get out of here. But I know that I see a lot of infighting with families and different things that happen largely because artists don't think about these things. And we see how their legacies sometimes get mishandled, or there's a lot of infighting and family problems that arise from it. So yeah, man, I know I ain't as big as a lot of these folks, but I definitely know I've made an impact, and I know how people feel about my stuff. So I think the likelihood that something like that could be in my future, you know what I mean? I know that ain't what you asked, but yeah. But in terms of donating something like that to raise some money or whatever for something, I'd be 100% down for that. Are you still in touch with Hideout Production Squad? Yeah, we still keep in touch with them. You know, Mark is probably more so than me, you know. Issue, I think, still one of my favorites from you that I play every day. Man, thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Got enough content to make substantial AI? Yes, which is scary. Bop Alloy album in 2025. I know you asked this earlier, so let's go ahead and address it and give you some quick announcements before we get out of here. But before I do that, let's put this up here. Just a quick reminder, you can catch me at MomoCon, which is celebrating 20 years this upcoming year. We're doing this hip-hop show. They officially announced it. A hip-hop show which is called From Adult Swim to Lo-Fi. And so basically it's me, Asheru, J Live, Aztec, who you know has done music for Jujutsu Kaisen. Then also we got my brother, my homie Alan Z, Good Peoples. I think I mentioned him to you before. Alan Z helped me put this show together. And was the brother who reached out to me to make it all happen. So major shout out to him. We also got underground hip hop legend, my man Superstition. If you don't know about Superstition, he's super dope. But we have a funny relationship because people always think I'm Superstition and they always think he's Substantial. So that always happens. But yeah, he's rocking as well. I feel like my brother from another mother, Javier Starks, will be there too. So it's gonna be dope. But yeah, so that's coming up. So let's, now that I've promoted that, tickets are already on sale, May 22nd through the 25th. I'll be vending there all weekend, high-fiving people and kissing babies. So come through the booth. So let's address this right now because it is 4:17 in the morning here and I'm tired. So Bop Alloy album is absolutely coming out in 2025. We have recorded more than half of the album already. We're looking to wrap it up over the next 5 days. And yeah, man, one of the things we just discussed is doing a Kickstarter for it to raise funds to cover some of the costs that we've already acquired, you know, working on this, 2 trips to Japan, you know what I'm saying, amongst other things to make this record. And we got some dope features lined up for it. One that's already recorded. Can I go ahead and tell the people? So we got Blue. Legendary West Coast rapper Blue is already confirmed on the album. Really dope song called Audio Sunshine. So yeah, man, and much more. Stephanie Gale, of course, you know, our Bop Alloy project wouldn't be complete without our sister from another mister. So Stephanie Gale will be on the project, and we got some other folks we already reached out to. We're just waiting for them to confirm. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a massive record. You know, we already have like a title that we've been throwing around for a while. But what I want to know from you all before we go is, you know, since we're talking about doing a Kickstarter campaign, what are some things y'all would like to see included in the Kickstarter campaign? You know, we're going to do vinyl. You know, they're going to be CDs. We'll likely have a T-shirt. You know, but what are some other things? Like, you want a USB drive, like a new USB drive that's really unique that maybe has all things Bop Alloy on one USB drive to rule them all. Imagine a USB drive that not only had my entire catalog in all things Bop Alloy, but also had Marcus D's entire catalog, but also had all of our music videos, both as solo artists and together. There are USB drives that can hold all of that. And imagine if we included that in the campaign, so whenever you're in your car, you can just plug it in and play anything from us without, no USB can hold me. I mean, listen, the last one I put out was 8 gigabytes.
No, it's okay. I just filled I filled a sample drive full of 256 gigs worth of music, so
Yeah.
USB drive can definitely hold me. No problem.
Yeah, so all right, so so USB drive, no, talk about that. Maybe some new Bop Alloy hats and stuff, we could possibly bring back the old design maybe or do a new one. The logo joints. Super late, hope all is well, man. Good to see you up in here. Sending love. Hey, Tawa. I hope I'm saying it right.
Toa Akayashi.
What Marcus said. Toa Akiyashi. Akiyashi. Akeashi. There we go.
I don't know what it means, but it's provocative.
Yes, it's provocative. It gets the people going. Man, I found out about your first album last year, and every song on it is the bomb. What was it like making it with Nujabes and Dextream? Yeah, I actually somewhat talked about this earlier on this live stream. It was an interesting experience for sure. First time leaving out the country like that, outside of going to Canada and like the border of Mexico. But flying to another country, like to work with some people you've never met in person was an experience in itself. But yeah, man, it was life changing and stuff. Definitely a lot of challenges, but also it was a lot of fun to be doing rap as a full-time job at the time and waking up by a certain time and then making sure by noon I was at the studio every day to work with Nujabes and Dextream. So definitely, man, a great experience. Miss both those brothers, man. I know a lot doesn't get said, not enough gets said about Dextream, but of course it was amazing work with Nujabes, but Dextream, man, that was of that project, and I don't think I've ever said this, but he was very much like the heart, bro, like in a lot of ways, because of course, Nujabes might have been the head and stuff, or like the body, or maybe we were a two-headed monster, however you want to describe it. But in terms of the heart of a lot of what we did and stuff, and he might not have done the bulk of the beats on the project, but the fun that oftentimes was in the room or at the club afterwards and all of that stuff, the joy and stuff, I'm arm wrestling this dude in the lobby of Nujabes' building. It was like Big Brother energy, man. I really, I'm gonna shut up because I'm gonna cry. I really, really miss that dude's smile and his energy, bro. And unfortunately, Nujabes cast a very big shadow, so not enough gets said about Dextream, bro. Oh. But good dude, man.
A lot of the drums too.
Yeah, some of the
Dextreams. The original. So the original, just some information that I've been passed down. The drums, the stuff that he was using on Ain't No Happy Endings, and then also just in general to this union, and then all the way up to metaphorical music, certain stuff. The very boom boom right, those drums. The ones that have a very distinct sound were Dextream's drums.
Yeah,
that's why when you hear remixes from Dextream, those are the same drums. So a lot of people, and I'm only saying this because I hate it when people say, when misnomers happen and when people talk about Just Forget, right? Just Forget's not produced by Nujabes, it's produced by Force of Nature.
Right. So even I've made that mistake. Yeah.
But it's just stuff like that where if you don't say it, then people don't know.
Yep.
And a lot of times when you don't know, it automatically defers to Nujabes did this.
Right.
Because he's the most well-known. So those drums were Dextream's, and he gave them to Nujabes to use. And that they both shared them for that project and a lot of the other projects. So a lot of times when it's remixes from Dextream, he uses those drums. And a lot of people are like, oh, Nujabes gave him those drums. And he used Nujabes drums. He came from Nujabes, right? But that's not true.
Right.
And
it's part of the reason that when he branched off, he was able to see a lot of success, not just on an indie level. He was seeing mainstream success, So shout out to Deck, man. Yeah. I mean, bro, do yourself a favor. If you've never listened to anything from DJ Dextream, go listen to Life Is Good featuring Mos Def, bro.
And then
it might be one of my all-time favorite tracks from any Japanese producer, bro. You know what I mean? hands
one of
down.
my favorite Mos Def tracks.
Yeah, for sure. Which is saying a ton.
lot.
You know what I'm saying? Which
you
is saying
don't
a,
get really a
ton.
feature like that. You know, where somebody goes and thinks that people aren't gonna know what he's saying, and then still gets it like, you know.
Yeah, Most did his thing on that
Yeah,
joint,
he killed
man.
it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful track.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's keep it pushing.
Yeah.
So we got some Bop Alloy requests.
Oh, yeah.
Count on Us Part 2.
41 to 100.
41 to 100. Let's do it. You batshit crazy.
Crazy.
Umoja remix in the works, Bop Alloy style. Okay. 4:17 a.m. grind. Let's go. Yeah, it's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go to bed. Enamel pins. Okay. That's actually a great idea, especially because spend time at cons. So yeah, promotional art, anything art, I'm down for. Yeah. We definitely we're brainstorming about what the cover art is gonna look like for this album. But Soul Tiger, I love you, bro.
Bob
like
Alloy,
you said,
dude.
Bob Alloy, dude. He man. Yo, listen. He's been consistent with the do-rags thing. He's asked me before, I should have did it with adultish because that do-rag would have looked crazy. You know what I mean, with that pattern.
That would have been ridiculous.
USB drive is more important, but a hoodie would be good as well. Yeah, man, we team hoodies over there. You see him, I had one on earlier, Dynamic duo, let's go. What about a Black Thought feature? I mean, listen, in a perfect world. Yeah, in a perfect world. Dang, he got my name, and brand. That's what's up. All right. I get into arguments all the time on the Nugent Best Reddit. Man, we've spent a lot of time talking about that Reddit. And the lo-fi on Dexstream and Nugent Best discussion. It's tiring. It is.
That Reddit sucks, man.
Yeah. People may not think they've heard Dexstream, but they have. Absolutely. At this point, it's hard to argue and give flowers to Fat John, Mimi, and Dexstream if any lo-fi chill beat discussion. Yeah, like Marcus said, it's always diverted to Nugent Best due to misinformation. Absolutely. Because it's a lot of people who weren't there or don't really know the people who were there, who basically they take pieces of information without proper context or without ever speaking to the people who actually provided that initial information. They get it second, third, fourth, fifth hand, 20th hand.
Yeah, it's a game of telephone.
Yeah.
Like you're the seventh person and then you think that you're the authority on it. Like,
yeah.
No, man, there's still people living
who
know who were there. Just ask them.
Yeah. And a lot of us just choose not, because a lot of us don't participate in these conversations because we notice that in certain situations when we tell people the truth and they don't like it, then they just decide to go on and continue to spread misinformation just because it does not align with what it is they want to share or they want to know about their favorite artist. And it's ridiculous, man.
It's
rewriting history, which we've seen plenty of. I'd rock an adultish do-rag 1,000%. I might still have to do that.
Me too.
Hey.
Get invited, fuck around and get invited to Kwanzaa.
Yo,
with my face on the TV for celebration.
Yo, so a little inside joke, man. When one of the distributors I was with put up the Winter Breaks album, they switched up the order of our names so that Marcus D's name was first. And so whenever the Kwanzaa songs would come on, or any song where I'm making really black references while I'm rapping, his face would be on the screen. And I remember, of course, the person to point this out was my man Sherm the Barber, right? He hits me up like, hey man, you might want to go ahead and fix your Spotify or something, bro. I don't know why, I fuck with Marcus. Marcus the homie, but I don't know why his face big as shit on my TV screen when you rap about Kwanzaa. Bro. Oh my God, it was too funny, yo. So yeah, he out here being the Kwanzaa mascot and shit at family functions while the Kwanzaa playlist playing. That's wild. Right. It's nothing sacred. Right. Yo, my God, yo. People like that are so frustrating. Yeah, 100%. Yo, my man put Marcus is for the culture. All right, y'all. Anyway, man, we got to get some sleep,
Yeah.
bro.
Yo, 50% off everything on marcusd.net.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah, man. I'll go back to that slide real quick.
Yeah.
Just another reminder, Bandcamp Friday still going on. I don't have any special discounts on mine, I'm sorry, but if you want to support anyway, it's greatly appreciated. Head over to Marcus's joint. All the discounts are there. And also check out Bop Alloy as well.
Yeah.
Those same albums are available on our other pages too. So yeah, wherever you support, it's greatly appreciated. On that note, man, we're gonna go get some sleep. Have a great one, man. I'll see you soon. Talk to you sooner. Peace. And you know what time it is, y'all. It's time for that closeout video. Oh yeah, Marcus don't know. I don't think he knows. But it's time. Here we go. It's coming. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo, 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 yo. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Who made it to the end? You made it to the end. Yo, 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 yo. Subscribe, like, do whatever you like. Stay subscribed, like, do whatever you like. That's right.